One of my first memories of the FFA was attending a state convention in Dallas, Texas. I wasn't really too sure what the program was all about, but one thing that stands vividly in my mind is something I can't forget, was watching those 10 state officers walk up here in front of all these people and just spill their heart about what they felt. Now, I didn't even know what a state officer was, but I was wondering what was it that made them want to get out there and do something like that and to be a state officer? Well, after this year, now I know. When I thought about what I was going to use for my retiring address, I thought I was going to use a real sad song and come out here and just tell you how sad I was to be leaving the FFA. But then thinking it over, I said, why be sad? This has been the greatest year I've ever experienced in my life. There's nothing sad to look back on. Listening to, over the past 5 state conventions I've been to and listening to the state officers, they'll always tell little experiences they've shared throughout the year. There's 2 that stand out in my memory I'd like to share with you. At the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, I was working the children's barnyard. If you've ever been in the barnyard, you know what an emotional experience it is. As you see these children, some that can't see or have other physical handicaps, or someone from the inner city come up and look at the animals, and the look on their faces, it leaves you with a feeling. This year, these children that come to the barnyard, they left me with the chicken pox. Something I had never had before, and I'll always remember them. Another experience happened more recently. Yesterday morning on this very stage, as the state officers came out, we presented our advisors. I walked up, I introduced them, I presented them with a token of appreciation, which no way thanks them enough. We had a photograph, and I walked back in line. And as I stood over there and I looked up and down at everybody's advisors, and Misty was walking up with hers, that was when I realized that the zipper on my pants had broken wide open. And there was not a thing I could do about it. Luckily, one ag teacher didn't make it, and his certificate was readily available for cover. Things like that can only happen at the wrong times. But they leave you with a feeling that, hey, you know, it's okay. Everything's going to work out all right. We've had a lot of tough times this year in the FFA. You might say the storms of life have unleashed their fury on us. Well, let me leave you with a little story. I've had the honor of living next to my grandparents, growing up with them all my life. They have the most beautiful garden in their yard. There are plants, there's flowers all over, always in bloom. It's gorgeous. Well, recently, Mother Nature decided Houston needed about 1.5 inches of rain, 4 times a day for a week. And it rained, and it thundered, and lightning, and we lost power and everything. And I began to think, oh, I bet my grandmother's flowers are just drowned out over there. There's no way they can make it through that. Well, the sun came out one day, and I was just walking around with the dogs, and I went into their backyard, and I walked over there, and those flowers were reaching for the sky. Nothing was going to stop them. They were standing tall and didn't give up. And I was thought to myself, you know, after all that has been unleashed on them, after the wind and rain have lashed them for a whole week, the flowers were still standing. The flowers were still standing, future farmers. And no matter what the weather brings our way, if you stand tall and reach for the sky, nothing's going to get in your way. One of the hardest things to do is to stand up here and say goodbye. We as state officers will be involved in the alumni, of course, and everything, but this is the last time to wear the blue and gold jacket. And I think back on what got me involved in this and everything, and I need to thank a few people. My advisors, Mr. Craig Harden, for giving me the opportunity and something to believe in. Dr. Larry Bennett, you gave so much to so many, got very little in return, and then you gave more. Mr. Philip Dorman and Guy James, I want to thank you for putting up with all my crazy ideas, my problems, and my dreams. You went beyond the call of duty, and then you asked what else you could do. I love y'all very much. Mom and Dad, this year you are my last-minute saviors. I need a booth for the area convention tomorrow. What do I do? I got to have a speech written. My scrapbook's not done. Mom, I ran out of underwear. Y'all questioned me and said, David, look, you need to get these things in order before you go. But, of course, I never did, but then you were there. To the Kingwood FFA chapter, members in there, for giving me a start and something to believe in. You keep going and nothing's going to stop you. And last but not least, my new family, the 9 brothers and sisters. You'll stop that, you're going to make me cry. We've grown up together and we've gone through a lot. Many miles, a lot of bumpy airplane rides. When I got all these ideas, y'all listened to them. It was too late to do anything with them, but you were there. I love you very much. They say home is where the heart is. Well, there's 9 places across the state of Texas where I'll be then. Think about what we did and why we did it. We did it all for love. I love you very much. Future farmers, thank you. Keep reaching for the sky.